Well, welcome back to Alaska Woodyard, everyone.
Hi.
And we got some exciting news.
Yes, we do.
What happened this weekend?
The wind blew. And blew.
We have 1,000 subscribers.
Yes, we do.
That was Jill's goal. And we'd like to give a big shout out to Dan at Back 40 Firewood and Jeff at Adirondack Woodsman up in Central Square, New York. Last Friday night on Dan's live stream, they give a big shout out to us and they push us over the mark, and we really appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
Because that was one of Jill's personal goals.
Okay.
So I'd like to thank everyone and welcome all of our new subscribers aboard. I'm going to take them out and I'm going to load some firewood. I got the equipment warming up, and we'll be back with you. And you can see Miss Jill here has got the piles going up.
I'm working it. So
this wood, when Jill was cutting her pizza wood last week, as you saw in our video, we had about 1.5 cords of bigger knotty wood that we like to use for ourselves. Some of it's got a little bit of the rod in it, as you can see. So we had it all set up for 13-inch, and our stove works well with 13.5. So we run that cord through, and this wood was cut late October, November, and Jill just cut it last week, and I've actually thrown a couple pieces in the stove, and it burns really well. It's still fresh cut wood, but not much sap in it in the cold weather. I guess it's got a couple little tiny cracks in it already. You can see it. This has only been cut 4 or 5 days, but the cold weather really dries the wood nice. So I just threw a couple pieces in at night to kind of help hold the fire in our stove. So green wood is burnable.
But you got to have a lot of coals.
A lot of hot, yeah, and it all depends on what kind of wood. You're not going to really burn green oak, I don't think, but I tried burning green ironwood back east. That did not work well.
This burns really
Yep,
good.
the birch. I think the soft maple or silver maple would burn well green. Ash burns well green from my experience, or box elder. So we are burning a little bit of it. If you have to, you could get by with it. So I'm going to take them out and get them loaded up and be back.
Finish up.
And she's going to finish up.
I only have a little dab left.
And I got a lot of work to do. Well, I don't know if you can hear me out here in the lot or not. I got the 550 plugged in. As you can see, the flag is still out pretty good breeze. Trees are bending pretty good. And we have no snow. What little tiny we had, the wind blew it all away. Even on the mountain is getting pretty bare. That's how strong the winds were. They're still pretty strong. Okay, the tractor's warmed up. Looks like the alpacas and chickens are all comfy in their warm barn, out of the wind. Jill has been selling some wood. She sold all of her spruce, it looks like. So the bundle wood's been doing pretty well. We've been averaging about 3 or 4 bundles per day. Yesterday I see they took 9 bundles. So the piles are getting smaller. I'll show you my disaster over here. There's the cottonwood that blew over. Our little pile of 14-inch, we don't have much left of that, 2 cord. There's the little pile of Jill's fresh cut. that she split with her old box store splitter. So the piles are getting down. Nice dry wood. A little bit of sun on King Mountain today. It is exactly 12 o'clock noon. Bring this over to the loading ramp. Normally we'd bring the truck right over, but Jill's in the house and it's quite a distance, so I just decided to leave the truck up at the loading ramp. So the cell tower company, AT&T, has a generator hooked up also. That's been running. It's shut off now, but it was running for 2 days. And we had no cell service here, no internet. Still have lots of wood to process. All week long, this next coming week, they're calling for zero or below zero weather. And then actually Monday and Tuesday, the winds are going to pick up again a little bit. Not quite as severe, but it's going to be below zero, so the wind chill will be probably minus 30. If you can see a little pile here, this is the little third of a cord on my left here that tipped over on Jill. This is the second time for that pile. We got our extra rack on the truck because we piled on 2 full cord to deliver up north to a good customer a couple weeks ago, so I never did take the other extra rack off. So the first set of boards up level is a full cord. And the cord here on my right, this pile, that's about a good 7 cord, maybe 8 full cord. And that's the last of our dry to be stacked, or we're actually just taking this and loading it up, seeing as though we have no snow right out of the pile here. You can see how dusty it is. This is nice dry wood. This was cut last end of March. And it was out here in the wind. It's in this full sun all day. It really dried well. This is split a little smaller, so that also helps it dry quicker. And this pile was quite a bit smaller than our big stacks off the processor. So, as I mentioned before, we're going to have smaller piles this year, more of them. Our goal here in December was to get 30 or 40 cord up, but with this weather, it's nearly impossible to process. At 0, we can run the processor pretty easy, but much colder than that, we don't need to do it. So this is bucket number 3. We'll probably put on 8 buckets. So we're pretty fortunate, at least all the buildings here on the property Jill and I have built, and all the roofs stayed on, all the siding has stayed on in the high winds. There's a lot of new homes in the Wasilla and Palmer area that lost roofs. A lot of businesses, our Walmart store lost the roof. A couple other small companies lost roofs. A lot of buildings, portable buildings blew over, smashed all over the streets there in town. So in Palmer, it's a little more open there, and they're noted for their high winds. They had gusts to 89 miles an hour. Grab this one from a little different angle to keep it pushed up here. So this is the old part of the old concrete pad from the cafe, so it's nice to load wood on. Oh, there goes a little ermine. I don't know if you saw him run underneath the wood pile. I guess some people call them weasels, like a little weasel. They're ermines. They turn white in the winter and brown in the summer. They're very good mousers. Any of you guys out there watching the toothpick challenge, I guess the rules are 20-inch tree, and they split it up if you haven't watched it. If I was going to do it, I would use hickory, a straight-grained hickory tree with thin bark. That'll split down pretty small, or basswood, or soft maple, straight grain. And if you want to really get an advantage, take the one with the heart off center, split it in half, and take the piece without the heartwood. That will split down pretty fine. It's called the Toothpick Challenge. So I think Adam at Hometown Acres started it, I believe. I know Andrew up at Eastman Wood Splitters, Eastman Products, he's been doing it. Back 40, Dan, there's been a few trying the challenge. And I don't know if Ted and Sherry, if they have, at Miller Stump and Firewood, I think they've tried it too. I have not watched their video this week. I get the truck loaded, I'll take you across the road to the property we bought, and I'll drive the tractor out to the riverbed and give you an idea how fast that wind is still blowing. So this is bucket number 5, I believe. I hope you guys are keeping count. Some of the pallets we picked up, these are pretty nice pallets we picked up at Bear Paw River Brewing Company. We took the wood down this week, delivered a cord in town, and done some running around last Thursday and before the storm. And take you around this way here to show you the pizza oven wood that Jill finished up. She done 2 cord here. So it's a big 2 cord, probably maybe 2.5 cord. That's a trailer load on our trailer, on our log dog trailer. So it's over 2 cord. Take you to the mess around back here. See Jill's Beetle Kill spruce for her bundle wood and her old box store splitter. Like I said, we have not done anything in 5 days outside because of the weather. Other than deliver a cord of wood yesterday, last night I run a cord down local here. Some people were getting very low on wood, so I had the truck plugged in, so I run it down yesterday afternoon late around 3:30, and on my way back, I got the call for this load, so I said, well, it's right in town here close by. I'll run it down today where there's no snow. And we don't advertise on Facebook or any ads anywhere. We just have our phone number out on the post here and the flag beside the road, and everything is word of mouth and repeat customers, and we're pretty busy. In case you're wondering what that is, that's a flower bed. That was out here in front of the cafe when Jill had the cafe here. This cement pad is really nice to load off from. Said if we were a little younger and going to be in business for 10 years, I would pave a couple strips and pile the wood on the pavement, stack it on there. One thing about it, we had a viewer that has a firewood business in northern Alberta, Canada. Commented on our channel. He has got a firewood business. He's got the Eastman made Evo, and he has got a 30 by 30 concrete pad he designed with an outside boiler, and he dries his wood in these big bunks in 30 days regardless of the weather. He's got a concrete pad with fan vents going through it, and I think it's every 3 foot he has a 3-inch hole coming up through the concrete, blowing air up into a big stack of wood. Says it works really well. It's pretty close. We're going to give them an extra bucket just to make sure they got extra. See what it looks like from the back here. Yeah, I better put on another bucket. They're paying for a cord, we're going to give them a cord. My dad always said if you sell them a cord, give them a cord. If you want more money, then charge them, don't short them. And this will be bucket number 8. Let's run across the street here real quick. Across the highway, I guess you would say. So this is the view of the river. This is from the glacier. So the glacier is just 30 miles north of here. So in the summertime, when you've seen the flooding last year, we're probably at least 8 feet down to the water. And it is over a half a mile across this river bottom. And this will be full of water at the end of July next year from the snow melt from the glacier in the mountains. This incredible amount of water runs down through, and it's all gravel. Of course, depending on how the river turns, it erodes the banks away, and it does switch back and forth from side to side in deeper channels. So it all depends on the year of how much of our banks get washed away. And it could move over and be dry here next summer. I'll give you a little shot of the cabin while I'm right here. It's got a wood stove in it, kitchen and a bathroom. Had power hooked up, it's disconnected now, so if the river continues to erode next year, we're going to have to move it. So Jill and I are going to take it up on the hill and have our own little cabin up on our hill up there. So I don't know if you can see from here, but way up on the hill there above the cell tower, we have a road up there. That's where we hunt, and when you're up there, you can actually see another glacier from up there. It's hard to believe how much more view you have up there. You can see back into those mountains. And the river, we can't do anything about the erosion unless we get permits, and that all goes through the Corps of Engineers has the final say. And that being a salmon stream, it's pretty hard to get permits. It is doable, but very, very expensive to fix that shoreline. So as you can see, we're in a long straightaway here, so it's nice people can pull in and out and get their firewood, have a place to turn around. Yep, Jill's gonna have to get some more wood out here. Well, look at there. Quart of wood on the truck, and Jill's got her wood all stacked. You must have the top instructor.
Yeah. I am the top instructor.
So again, a big shout out to the channels that helped us get our 1,000 subscribers, and thank you to all our subscribers for following us and supporting us. From the Alaska WoodYard, we keep the sawdust flying.
And thanks for coming along.